Attention higher leaders, it's time to shake up your marketing and enrollment strategy. Join us at Insights EDU February 17th to the 19th, 2026 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for a beachfront experience and the best higher education marketing and enrollment management conference. Early bird pricing ends December 15th, 2025. Register now at insightsedu.com. The future unbound is at Insights EDU 2026. The EdUp experience has delivered over 1,000 episodes with higher ed leaders from around the world. Now you can support the show for just $5.99 a month and lock in that rate for life when you join before December 31st, 2025. You'll enjoy ad-free early access to episodes. Go to edupexperience.com. That's EDUP experience.com. Click support the show and secure your lifetime rate today. Welcome back, everybody. It's your time to ed up on the EdUp Experience podcast, where we make education your business. This is Elvin Freitas, co-founder of the EdUp Experience, and we are on another EdUp Extra podcast. And today we're giving you a little extra with your guest. He is Justin Papadakis, and he is Deputy CEO and Chief Real Estate Officer at the United Soccer League, USL. Justin, how you doing today?
Doing great. Excited to talk soccer and higher education with you.
Oh, I love it. Let's get right into it. So tell us all about the USL. What do you do and how do you do it?
Well, appreciate you having me on. And I think USL, we interact a lot in the higher ed space. So looking forward to chatting with you about it today. Our biggest area that we work in is professional.
Oh, I lost you. Oh, Justin.
50 teams around the country.
Wait. Time out. I lost it. You got to start over.
All right.
Out. It's okay. Ready?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. Ready? Here we go. Let's go again. Tell us about what you do and how you do it. Go.
All right. Well, operate soccer leagues across the country from youth all the way up to professional. And so there's a lot of space where we interact with universities and higher education. I'll start first with professional. And I think what we're seeing around the country is, I think it's really the best example of what a private-public partnership can be about, where we can have a professional team partnering with our higher education partner, and we can bring a lot of private capital to create better infrastructure that the students at the university can participate in. It's always it's their stadium. But when we can have the stadium being used as much as possible, and when we can bring and harness that private capital, I think that's really where the magic happens.
Gotcha. And I understand that you have a partnership with Bellevue University. Talk us through about that partnership. How did it get going? What are the details? Please dive into the details. It's super interesting.
We have an amazing partnership with Bellevue, and they really saw our mission, and that's to bring higher education to all of our professional athletes and team staff. So I'll start with our professional players, where at soccer at the professional level in the United States, it's becoming younger and younger, like the rest of the world, where players are turning professional at 15, 16, 17 years old. But we really thought as a league, it's important that we didn't have to give them a choice between going professional or going to college. And so our partnership with Bellevue provides one full scholarship per year for each team. And that's a 4-year scholarship. And so from our professional players who are going through their soccer journey, but then of course, while they're playing in the morning, in the afternoon, they're taking their Bellevue courses, and they can really start to plan for their future. And that same thing goes with our staff, who's, gets to be in the professional sports universe, but might also want to take, more courses and enhance their education experience. So it's really a win-win partnership. We've had over 100 graduates, scholarships through the program. And I think we're just early on in our journey to make sure that we can bring higher education to our ecosystem.
Okay, so help me understand this. This is super interesting. So you're saying that those who are interested in going to be professional soccer player, men or women, they will take the jump and they will skip college. Did I miss something there, or is it they go to college, or it's better to just skip college or go to college and then go to you? I'm confused there. How's that work?
It's a great question. So we have both. There are players
Okay.
that go to college and then turn professional, and then we have players that turn professional right in high school or don't go to college. And so around the world, it's definitely more typical for players not to go to college, but we
Wow.
wanted to make sure that players had the choice to play and and go to higher education. And so that's where our partnership with Bellevue came together. And like I said, we've had over 100 scholarships given. And again, we're still in the early days of what we think this partnership can bring. As the league continues to grow at a rapid pace, more teams is going to mean more scholarships and more people that get to experience higher education, and that's something we're really proud of.
Oh, I get it. I see. So then they're playing professional soccer, and then they're taking online courses at Bellevue. Is there some kind of hybrid
Correct.
opportunity? So it's just
Yeah.
online.
It's all online and it's great. I mean, look, as a professional athlete, you have a lot of demands on your time, but you do have free time. And it's really a question of how you utilize that free time. And we have a lot of players that, again, are super passionate about developing their craft on the field, but know how important it is to develop the next phase of their career in the afternoons and at nights and when they're traveling. And so that's where that flexibility that Bellevue gives us, gives our scholarship recipients, is really special and is something that we can't wait to see. The careers that are formed because of their Bellevue education.
Okay, I got it. So talk me a little bit more about the partnership. Was this something that they reached out to you all, you reached out to them, and then what was that conversation like?
Yeah, so it was really interesting. Bellevue is based in Omaha, and we have a team in Omaha, and so they had a partnership, and they said, "Wow, this is really there's a lot of synergies here, right? Because of everything I just mentioned." And so our team in Omaha called up and said, you should really talk to Bellevue because we've had a lot of success with their platform. And we think that we could scale it up by multiple factors by taking this league wide. And so our team still have the opportunity to partner with their local higher ed universities and colleges. But this is a program at the league level which we, through our partners at Bellevue, are able to provide every team with one 4-year scholarship per year. And so that's where, at the league, we're growing quickly every year. And so, this 2026, I think we'll add 6 new teams, which means we
Wow.
have, additional six 4-year full scholarships to give out each year. So that's where again the magic really works at scale, and why we're so excited about this partnership with Bellevue. And then our teams are also doing a lot at the local level, and so they can partner with their local colleges and universities and add on to the one scholarship per year that the league provides.
Oh, I see. I get it. So you have, well, talk to me about the USL League then. Tell me about
Yeah.
how many teams do you have, where they are. Tell me about the makeup of those who are on the team. Where do they come from? How long do they play for? You can share how much money they make.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. Yeah,
So
tell me a little
lots of ground to cover. So we have
bit.
55 teams right
Oh,
playing
wow.
right now across the country. That's going to grow by about 6 teams per year for the next 5 years. And so we're full national. Our teams are fully professional. And again, where I think the magic really happens with our higher ed partners is that we can partner with them for our stadiums or our training facilities. So let me talk about stadiums first.
Yeah,
A
please
lot
do.
of
That's
a,
great.
a lot of, and your audience will know this very well. There's a lot of demands, I think, especially over the past year, because some of the changes in the NCAA on schools and their finances. And so, what we're able to, I think, really bring a synergistic partnership together is that our teams are going to build stadiums, and so, what about in our higher ed partners want to have stadiums for their own teams? And so, rather than each of us do our own separate stadiums, we can come together and build one stadium that's better than we could build separately. And so, that's where we can bring that private capital. A lot of times, we can build out a stadium district around it, and so that's where the pie gets really big, um, than what our university partners would do by themselves. And that's again where we can bring in more revenue, have a better venue. And what's really important and exciting for us is we think about them as holistic partnerships rather than a landlord tenant relationship. Because one of our biggest things that we think about at the USL, because of how fast we're growing, is we need a lot, hundreds and thousands of front office staff over the next 10 years. And so, what better way to develop careers than to have our team based on a higher ed campus where those students can start working and have 3 years plus of work experience before that they graduate, and they can do that with a professional team. And so, for us, again, it's really about how do we get people with job experience to help sustain our growth, and that's how we're able to train hundreds of potential future employees that want to work in professional sports, because we have the workforce of tomorrow on our higher ed campuses, and that they can come in and get years of work experience by having the stadium on their campus already. I think that's again where this relationship and this partnership can really achieve the objectives of our higher education partner and our professional team.
Wow, this is awesome, man. I mean, this is amazing. You mentioned something that I just want to ask a question real quick. You mentioned stadium district. What does that mean exactly? What does that look like?
So
Mark your calendars now for February 17th to the 19th, 2026. Because if you miss this, you'll be playing catch up all year. This is the future unbound. And the most important higher ed marketing and enrollment management conference of 2026. Insights EDU is taking over Fort Lauderdale, where Google, Meta, Reddit, MIQ Digital, and top institutions nationwide will pull back the curtain on what's next. Are you ready to adapt or be left behind? Insights EDU 2026 is where leaders become game changers. Register now at insightsedu.com. That's insightsedu.com. Early bird pricing ends December 15th, 2025. Support the EdUp experience for just $5.99 a month and lock in that rate for life. You'll get ad-free early access to episodes. But hurry, price goes up after December 31st, 2025. Visit edupexperience.com. That's EDUP experience.com and click support the show.
So historically, stadiums were built and then they were surrounded by a sea of parking lots, right? That's how
Yeah.
stadiums, yeah,
Yeah.
used to be built. Today, what's really changing is that the stadiums are now surrounded by, instead of parking lots, they're surrounded by bars, restaurants, hotels, other entertainment options, so that fans can have their entire journey of their night all in one place. So think about soccer, especially where we have a 2 hour fixed window sport. And so fans, they want to come down, have dinner, go to the bar, have a drink, go to the game, and then go back out afterwards, all in the same place. And so we call that an entertainment district, where the stadium is the catalyst. But then we can program it with bars, restaurants, hotels, and other entertainment right around it. And so that entertainment district generates lots of revenue. And that's where our university partners are typically very land rich in that they have a lot of land, because which they've owned for a long time. But it usually is not generating its optimal revenue, because it's just parking, for example. Additionally, for their students, when they can stay on campus, that creates a lot safer environment for them. They're not going, driving, 10, 20, 30 minutes away than having to drive back at night. And so when they can stay on campus and have their entire entertainment experience around the stadium, that's where the journey of the fan becomes significantly enhanced, because it's not just going to the stadium and going home. They can go down there and spend their entire evening.
Oh yeah, and what an experience that is. I love that, man. It's such a great idea. And one of the things that I want to go back to is that you said you can help create and build stadiums. But what if a college already has a stadium? Do you work with them in that way? Have you had any experiences, any examples you want to talk about?
Yeah, there's that's also a situation we run into. And so a lot of universities, as you said, already have stadiums in place. So we can either invest into that existing stadium to make it bigger and better. So we had a recent example of this with University of California in Santa Barbara, where they have an amazing soccer stadium. But we are able to invest a lot of money in there to rebuild the field so it can have more usage. We're able to invest into some of the infrastructure around it that they've had some deferred maintenance on. And so that's where we can do it. Same thing in University of California in Monterey, where the stadium had, a long time just lack of investment. And our team was able to invest $11 million into the venue, bring it up to date. And then once they're able to do that, you can not only have soccer games there, but now you can have concerts, graduations, and really the university can really leverage that stadium for what it used to be. But there just wasn't the funding available to invest into the stadium at that time. And so over decades of use, the stadium really went downhill. But that's where, again, this private public partnership, where the university, now its student athletes and coaches have a great venue to play in for their soccer games. And then the team also has a great venue to play in because of the investment that was made. So it's really a win-win.
Oh, and it seems like a no-brainer. This is unreal. I feel like I've discovered gold here. This is this is great. So, I do want to know, like, why is USL growing so fast? My God, 55 teams. You said six each year for the next 5 years. What's going on here, Justin? Why is it growing so fast?
Well, I think there's a couple of factors. One is that we've been really intentional with finding opportunities such as these to create a situation where 1+1 = 5 or 1+1 = 10. And that's where we can partner with our higher education partners, because the investment is great, but our university partners, we think the money is just the start of the benefit. As I mentioned, ultimately, our university partners, what they want the most is careers, not jobs for their students. And so they see the USL as a one pathway for them to have their students have a career path after school. And I think that's the biggest thing. Thirdly, though, having a professional team on campus is also a 2 hour. Every game is a 2 hour commercial for the institution. That's on ESPN, CBS, or Peacock and NBC. And then our games are streamed also around the world. And so many universities also have large international student bases. And so when they can go to those students and say, look, you want to see our campus, see what it's like to be a student, watch one of our games and see what that
Hmm.
student experience is like, by coming to our great institution. And so that's where, again, that holistic partnership that we have with our higher education partners, where we can bring so much to the table besides money, even though money is very important. But I think it's
Mm.
really that the holistic benefit that our university partners really appreciate. So we are in conversations with probably almost a dozen other higher institutions around the country right now because they love the direction that soccer's going. They really value that we have professional men and professional women. Not and so we're investing in this stadium so that women can be featured just like men. And they're seeing that, with the enrollment cliff that everyone's kind of concerned about, that that having a pro team on campus is one other tool in their toolbox for attracting the best talent around the country and around the world. So I think those are the factors that's really driving the growth, and one that we're really excited about continuing to work with our higher education partners on in the years to come.
Wow, that's great. I love this. This is fantastic. So, if we have a lot of college university presidents who are listening. I'm a college, I'm listening to this. I just found gold. What do I do? How do I get in contact? Who do I get in contact? Let's make this happen. What's my next step? What do I have to do?
Well, I'd love to speak with them. My email is justin.papadakis, Papadakis, at uslsoccer.com. Please send me an email, connect with me on LinkedIn. Love to have myself and our team chat with you to see, how we can bring all these benefits that we've just discussed to their campus and most importantly to their students.
Amazing. That's fantastic. And my last question for you, um, what's going on in the future? What other than all these teams and all that stuff, what do you see? What's the vision for USL, higher ed, the partnerships, everything you just talked about?
Well, I think what the most exciting thing is we're going to have, over 100 teams around the country. And what we're really focused on right now is, as I mentioned, we need thousands of front office staff that's going to help drive this new industry. And so there's a lot of industries that are kind of in a maintain or decline trajectory. We're in one that's in rapid growth. And I think it's really important. It's not just sports business majors in that work in the professional sports teams. We need accounting, finance, sales, social media, graphic design, you name it. Obviously a lot in the medical field, broadcast. There's so many areas that your students are interested in, and we need thousands of people to sustain this high growth that we're on. So we'd love to talk about how we can bring a stadium and investment to your campus, and we'd love to talk about how we can attract the sports business professionals of tomorrow. It's an exciting field. It's it's very hard to get in. But what we love most and we pride ourselves most in at USL is we give a lot of responsibility early on to our staff members. And even if soccer isn't their favorite sport, talking our book a little bit, but I believe that the Dallas Cowboys are great, but the Dallas Cowboys are a huge organization, right? It's like getting into Google. And they're a very mature business, so they don't have a lot of growth in terms of positions every year. We think for their students, the best way to get in, if they want to work for the Cowboys, come in at the USL, at the league level or team level, really gain a lot of experience very quickly, and then move over to the Cowboys later on after you've risen up the experience ladder. Um, and I think that, we can offer that real fast immersion into the business of sports because off the field, sports are very similar. And so whether you want to work in baseball, football, hockey, or any other sport, we think that the USL is the best pathway to get in for their students because we know, again, that's what our university and higher education partners think about the most. how can we get a career for our students, and one that they can have, again, a career, not a job. And we want to be that place of employment for your students.
Wow. I mean, this has been fantastic. And I will definitely put your LinkedIn profile link in the show notes, and I'll put your email address in the show notes. And I got to make sure that people will contact you, because this is, like I said, I feel like this is gold. This is unbelievable. The win-win and the the partnerships and the nonprofit. It's just amazing. It's just so much. I'm speechless. I'm going crazy. So I want to say thank you so much for your time, Justin. Ladies and gentlemen, he's your guest today. He is Justin Papadakis, and he's a deputy CEO and chief real estate officer at the United Soccer League, the USL. Justin, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks so much for having me on.
You got it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you've just EdUp. If you think you can coast into 2026, think again. Insights EDU is coming February 17th to the 19th, 2026, and it's taking over Fort Lauderdale for a beachfront experience. It's the event that will flip your marketing and enrollment strategy on its head. 3 days, over 65 expert speakers, and over 40 sessions. Zero fluff. Just powerhouse strategies from the most anticipated platforms like Google, Reddit, Meta, MIQ Digital, and the most forward-thinking schools in the nation. You'll get the real wins, the bold ideas, and the hands-on tactics to grow programs, drive engagement, and create the student experience today's modern learner demands. The question is, are you ready to lead, or will you get left behind? Mark your calendar, bring your team, and secure your spot at insightsedu.com. That's insightsedu.com. Early bird pricing ends December 15, 2025. See you in Fort Lauderdale. EdUp Experience has brought you powerful conversations with more than 400 college presidents and higher ed leaders, over 1,000 episodes and counting. Now, we're inviting you to join us in shaping the future of higher ed podcasting. For just $5.99 a month, you lock in that rate for life, but only if you sign up before December 31st, 2025. As a supporter, you'll get ad-free early access to episodes. Prices go up after December 31st, but your rate never will. Visit edupexperience.com. That's EDUP experience.com. Click support the show and join our community today.